Men of Reddit, what's the worst thing women put in their Tinder profiles? Insta in bio is the worst. It's like, now I know you are garbage. It's not that, it's an album with a variety of pictures to give the reader a better sense of your appearance and interests. When my IG wasn't connected to my account, guys would ask for my handle on a daily basis. I don't care about amassing followers, and I don't think anyone really does, unless they're trying to be an influencer. Connecting your Insta is a great idea, since it offers more photos, that's why they have the feature. But given that that feature exists, typing out your Insta handle into the bio is just a shameless ad by people who aren't there for anything other than followers. If someone only wants to give you a better idea of what they are, like, they'd use the Instagram Connect feature instead of writing the handle. I don't care about amassing followers, and I don't think anyone really does, unless they're trying to be an influencer presumably, but those people are like a quarter of Tinder. That's why we are sick of it. It's basically making us swipe through a bunch of ads where the content profiles of people who want to date is supposed to be pictures of their children. Semi-understandable if it's them and the kids, but I see too many where there are pics of just the kids. As a female, I actually have a question of, why are your relatives' kids in the photos? Do they know? I find this more creepy than endearing. These are usually not your kids, and there's crazy people in the world. It makes me uneasy. If you do that easily, what else are you willing to put out in the world? This, at the least, blur their faces out. My preference for anyone not the person in the picture, to be honest. Yes. My friends would always tell me, no, it's cute, they are trying to seem family oriented. Not the way I see it at all. This is a dating app. Being divorced with kids, I can almost see that logic. Almost. I have kids. They're not in my old photos, because no one that I'm dating is going to meet them for a long time. World traveler, 22 years old. World traveler, 22 years old. It could be legit if she's a military brat, grew up constantly moving from place to place, went to 10 different schools from grades K-12, never had best friends for more than 2 to 3 years, and has trouble with long-term commitment as a result. Source: I'm a military brat, and was a world traveler at a very young age. Yeah, right. It could be. But in my experience, granted I'm in a college town, so this skews things 95% of the time. It means went to Cancun once on spring break with my sorority, and now I'm a Gilo Bay LCITZN. This is more what I'm getting at. I'm calling it out on the thread, because I've seen it a lot. Either military brat or rich brat, take your pick. Just here for friends. Not looking for a hookup. That's cool. If you're looking for friends on a dating hookup app where you only see people of the opposite gender, then you're wasting everyone's time, or me being a mommy comes first. Or I have a beautiful son-daughter, and they are my whole world. If you're a single parent, great, but saying it like that says both I'm immature and obnoxious. It's not very down to earth. Just say also, I have a son-daughter, so please make sure you're ready to date someone with a child. Or just a I'm a single parent, but looking to date. Sounds way better than proud mommy of 2 and looking for a real man. Just here for friends. Not looking for a hookup. That is code, if you know how to read it. Source: hooked up with a lot of those. I swear every girl's profile is the same. I don't know how guys look, but this is legit almost every single girl profile I see, to the point now I just reflexively swipe left as soon as I see I love traveling, hiking and being outdoors. Almost every profile has every pic of them in the mountains and all over the world. To the point it feels like these people live in a different country every month, and in the mountains every weekend. Maybe some of them are, I dunno. Not hating, it's just the same word used over and over ad nausea. And if they are single moms, I have X number amazing kids that are my world. The kids are always amazing, and always their world. IDC, if they are single moms, personally, it's the same robotic wording that gripes me. Movie quotes and phrases that apply to literally everyone. I like fun. You want a queen, earn her and all that nonsense. Just tell us what you're like. More importantly, give us something to talk about. The best part about the queen line is Cersei was getting pounded not 30 seconds later. Did whoever pounded her earn her whatever that entails in this case though? He got her some soldiers, but no elephants. She really wanted those elephants, and she still slept with him. Heh, I once saw a woman's profile that was like, I'm only here because my friends made me, and I'm talking this down in a week. Nothing but a list of demands, negativity, and disdain. Don't waste my time, only message if serious, etc, etc. Because in my experience it's the women of Tinder, not the men, who waste everyone's time with their ghosting. I would say 80% of the women on Tinder have no interest in actually hooking up or dating anyone. They are just there for validation. They love the ego boost they get from the 100s of messages daily and the thirsty dudes worshipping them. 80% of the women are competing for 20% of the men on Tinder. They are wasting your time and their time is probably wasted by guys out of their leagues. Ego boosts are part of my daily diet, as are ego waffles. French toast is where it's at. Girls, I don't reply on a simple hi, surprise amuse me. Also girls, no emphasis in BO, except name and age. You have to put in effort. I don't. Hey there, I noticed that you're 24. How is that going for you? I'm Jack Bauer and this is the worst day of my life. This made me laugh. They expect you, the guy, to start a great conversation with them when they give no info about themselves besides age. Also girls sense first message hi. I've seen profiles of women saying probably won't message first. On Bumble. Dude, I don't think you fundamentally understand how Bumble works. Must have a job and a car. See it so often. Is the bar really that low? Why would any man want to date when they are unemployed anyway? You won't have your full confidence and it will be an issue. Why would any man want to date when they are unemployed anyway? The thirst for strange cares little for your socioeconomic status. For hooking up it is irrelevant I suppose. But the context of this discussion was dating. Honestly, yes. There are a lot of moochers out there. It's like that old joke. What do you call a musician who just broke up with his girlfriend? Homeless. Stuff like take me on an adventure or I like to laugh. Besides being super basic, it sounds like they expect you to entertain them to no end, rather than mutually being good for each other. I like to laugh. Oh really? Who doesn't? I had fun once. It was terrible. That is, I have no agency or personality. To me that sounds like take me on vacation trips which you'll pay for OFC, you're the man. Which in turn makes me think the woman is ridiculously entitled, or just someone that wants to use me instead of having an actual relationship. No thank you. Oh boy, this isn't in a woman's BO, but mine on POF about a decade ago. I went out with a girl who ended up being an absolute nutjob, stalking, 3 AM phone calls to my parents' house, hiding in my house, the works. After I finally got her out of my life, I left dating a while. 3 months or so later I made a new POF profile. I was so scared that my BO basically said, I'm terrified of all you crazy women. After sending me a criminal history check of yourself, maybe we can go out. Guess how many messages replies I got? Pamela Voorhees has entered the chat. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Aka, I'm always right and have no interest in or facility for self-evaluation or self-improvement. A trait certainly not unique to women, men, or other. Lol, gotta love that she's offline. Also Russell Westbrook's motto. Aka, you are a see you next Tuesday. This is the internet, you can swear here. My profile had a couple quotes from The Office, and at the end I put, if you can't handle my quoting, you don't deserve my original content. Not a guy, but I think one of the most annoying is, if you can't handle me at my worst, you sure don't deserve me at my best. Worst could be anything from tantrums to full-blown arson followed by a tee I'm so quirky. My dad's wife's daughter used to post that all the time. It's just to justify bad behavior. My dad's wife's daughter, is this the Spaceballs way of saying your sister? No. I don't like any of them enough to call them my step family. How about my step and shit sister? If I could give you gold for that, I would. Derp face pics, any picture filters, anything that makes her sound super competitive. I can beat you at anything. Quotes that don't make any sense, using the word feminist wrong. Unrealistic expectations, just face pics from different angles. Not showing body means the person is fat. Or just one pic and it's pixelated. If you are adding more than one pic, try to show your body. Also put your body type truthfully. If you're fat, but you play sports, you can't use athletic as a body type. I like The Office, I do too, but it's not a personality trait. Just looking for the fillest in my Bob Vance refrigeration. Insert identity theft office quote. You can say that about liking absolutely anything then. Seems kind of weird that you think they shouldn't put interests in their profiles. I put that I like cooking. That's also not a personality trait. I ended up putting liking The Office is not a personality trait into my profile. My husband is on deployment, trying to have fun the entire time, before he comes home. Her husband was on deployment with me. I mean, swings and roundabouts. Everyone I was deployed with was cheating on their missus. A few of my buddies in the Navy, one in particular, had a really rough time with this, was cheated on. The dude who had it bad was unknowingly paying for everything his wife wanted to do with the other man. He had to file bankruptcy. Having been to interesting places does not make you an interesting person. I've made the elephant picture a disqualifier. Also pick of you and your horse. Left swipe. Also carefully hidden. Don't be my ex description of what you want. You're not ready to date yet. Expression of how much you hate Tinder. Probably shouldn't be here. Just kidding. I swipe right on everyone and filter from there. I'm a woman, but I've spotted this on both genders' profiles. I like quiet nights in and going out. I personally like to linger in doorways with one leg out and one leg safely inside. I don't Tinder, but if I did I would have to agree. My desire to be inside or outside equals the desire of a cat to be inside or outside. Anything that says, if the swipe left. It can be pretentious, but it can also be helpful. Swipe left if you are boring. I'm not the court jester for your majesty. I'll skip that ego real quick. Swipe left if you only want hookups, saves time for both parties. Only caveat is if you smoke, swipe left. I love my dog more than you. I just wanna drink with someone, just looking for friends, pay me money, no agency or personality. I like to travel, that sounds cool. I'm poor. Are you paying? List off a ton of topics, but no topics you can actually talk about. Being incredibly aggressive for no reason. Add me on Snapchat. Don't just say hey. Most of these profile literally say nothing about their interests, and yet you're supposed to strike up the best conversation they have ever seen, just to get a reply back. Most people haven't heard of the Gulf of Tonkin. Luckily for you. If I ever get another match, I'm using this. Their zodiac sign. I already know that anyone who thinks that's in any way important is going to be exhausting. Between that, blank bias, people who only have Snapchat filtered pics, no pics at all, or people asking for money, I end up left swiping probably 75% of the time. Not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. So overused. I always assumed that was just a plausibly deniable way to say they are looking for hookups. Can confirm that 98% of guys on Tinder also use this. Especially if you live in Vegas. Wine drinker. Everybody likes wine, women especially, and nobody cares. I like women who can shoot whiskey, like my wife. I actually think whiskey is even more overused than wine in dating profiles. I must see it mentioned in every other profile. Not a BO, but I saw a woman put a picture up of her high school diploma. So, that was a thing. Well, at least we know she didn't peak in high school, but after, since she graduated. Hopefully it was like in her 40s though, and not the day after she graduated. Picture about name I do NTKNL LOL interests animals hobbies. What's your ideal date? And at high NG LOL guys, we got an animal lover here. We are perfect for each other. She would love Mr. Hands. RIP. I hate talking here. Message me on Instagram. I assume she's only on Tinder to get more followers. Calling themselves sexy, beautiful, pretty, etc. Even if it's true, it's conceited and tells me what matters to her. I have a boyfriend. Cheaters man. I don't ever want to be your boyfriend. Or girls just looking for validation from simps. Lots of people have an open relationship. Never know. Fluent in sarcasm. Literally 25% of all profiles with a bio makes a mention of sarcasm, and it's ridiculous. Like, do women really think sarcasm is that great? Demands. be interesting or I get bored easily or any of the other million things I've seen that shows me they won't put in any effort and expect to be impressed and chased. Nope. Nothing but a few photos, instantly swipe left on people who don't put something. Doesn't have to be interesting or serious, but please put something other than either your Snapchat or nothing. It doesn't matter, they aren't swiping right on me ever anyway. Well, maybe the whole Pam and Jim references without considering that Pam left her fiance for Jim. I don't check this often, just add me on Snapchat IDKY, but this is becoming increasingly common. And adding randos on Snapchat defeats the purpose of matching anyway. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. With the smug tone and the voice, but her weight starts with 200 lbs. Literally nothing, no photos, nothing linked, no bio, no songs, not even an age, just a name and the silhouette background. Based off experiences of the past, anytime I saw not looking for hookups, that meant after one date I'm totally down for hookups. I'll probably like your dog more than I like you. Cool. Then volunteer at an animal shelter or something and stop wasting everyone's time. Anything involving how much you love dogs. Seems like half of Tinder thinks liking dogs and traveling are the ingredients to a personality. My friend made this for me as a joke. I'm never on here. Insta at influencerbitch. Only one picture, where you cannot even see her full face, and no description. Sorry, instant left swipe. I love adventure, I love to eat, literally just their Snapchat or Instagram handles. I hate our way of living sometimes. Just message me. They either have no idea how Tinder works, or think everyone matches with them. Actually 19. I just don't know how to change my age profile. Age says 26. Anything pertaining to going on, or looking for, adventures, no. I like hunting and fishing, so I'm not like the other girls. The Office quotes. It's always quotes from The Office. Grindr is so much easier, no friends, hookups only. Not interested in a relationship, only looking for friends. I'm a sapiosexual. No, you are not. There was once a girl who claimed to be Kim Kardashian. Live, laugh, love, home, or anywhere in short. I love to travel, usually on other people's dime. I probably won't like you. Who are you even talking to? Photo of their kid as the first one.